It's time for the warm-up, so let's stand up and let's get ready.
Let's go. The first minute to win it challenge is jumping jacks. Ready, set, go. The next minute to win it challenge are going to be lunges. Ready, begin. The next minute to win it challenge is going to be sky burst. First up, 1, 2, go. All right, the next minute to win it challenge is going to be the next minute to win it challenge is going to be push-up planks. You are going to hold it for a total of 1 minute. Go. All right, the next minute to win it challenge is going to be toe touches. Starting here, doing it for 1 minute. Go.
bodies need lots of energy to keep us going throughout the day. And do you know where we get that energy? That's right, from the food we eat. And all kinds of different people enjoy different kinds of food. But whether your favorite meal includes noodles or nectarines, tortillas or tofu, most types of food have some of what our bodies need to stay healthy. You might already know that we can put different kinds of food into different groups. We call these, you guessed it, food groups. But let's check out each group and see what kind of food belongs where. Let's start with the fruit group. You gotta love sweet, delicious fruit. This group includes things like apples and pears, oranges, and strawberries. Fresh fruit is the best for you, but fruit that's canned or frozen counts too. After all, many fruits are hard to find in the winter, and some fruits only grow in certain parts of the world. But don't forget about fruit that's been dried. Raisins are just dried grapes, and prunes are dried up plums. And even juice is part of the fruit group, but only if it's all fruit juice and doesn't have added sugar. Next comes the grain group. Grains are plants, like oats, wheat, and barley. If a food is made from one of these plants or any other grain plant, it belongs here. That means things made of flour, like bread and noodles, breakfast foods like oatmeal and cereal, and even rice are all part of this group. Next up, the vegetable group. I bet you already figured out what goes here. Vegetables come from plants too, but unlike grains, they're either the roots, stems, or leaves of certain plants that we can eat. Carrots, for example, are the sweet orange roots of the carrot plant. A head of lettuce is just a bunch of crunchy leaves, and asparagus is actually a stem of the tasty asparagus plant. There are so many kinds of veggies out there that we can actually split this group into smaller groups. For example, there are dark green veggies like spinach, and starchy vegetables like potatoes and sweet potatoes. Then there are red and orange veggies like beets and carrots, just to name a few. Now, what other foods can you think of? What about the stuff that's inside your sandwich? Meats, like chicken or hamburger, belong to the protein group, and so do fish, like tuna, and eggs, made any way you like. But not all members of this group come from animals. Other foods like beans, peanut butter, and tofu, which is made from soybeans, are full of protein, so they're also proud members of the protein group. And that leaves us with the last food group, dairy. If a food is made from cow milk or soy milk, it's in the dairy group. So this is where you find things like yogurt and all kinds of cheeses, as well as your usual glass of milk. And do you know what else fits in this group? Ice cream. But that reminds me, sweet treats like candy don't fit into any of our groups. That's because they're made of mostly sugar and don't have any of the things that our bodies need to stay healthy. So it's okay to enjoy these foods from time to time, but just not a lot of the time. Now, do you think you can put a food into the right group? Let's take a tasty food quiz and see how well we know our food groups. We'll start with a slice of pineapple. What group do you think it goes in? Squeak says the fruit group. Good job, Squeaks! Yes, pineapple belongs in the fruit group. What about this hard-boiled egg? What group do you think this fits into? That's right, the protein group. Eggs are a good source of protein. Here's one more. We'll end our game with a food that fits into two groups, macaroni and cheese. Let's look at each part separately. The cheese from the mac and cheese fits into the dairy group because it's made from milk. But what about the macaroni noodles? Well, we learned earlier that noodles are made of flour from grain, so that means macaroni belongs to the grain group. That's right! Macaroni and cheese contains foods that are in the dairy group and the grain group. Whew! All this guessing has made me hungry. Hey Squeaks, let's make a snack. And remember, the next time you're hungry and head to the pantry or fridge, choose something healthy and see if you can guess what group your food fits into. Thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids. Is there something you'd like to learn more about? Get help from a
All right, today's activities, you're gonna need a bottle, or we're gonna use cones at school, but I use this bottle. You could use a drinking bottle. It's gonna be a target you're gonna loop around. So you're gonna put the target, and you're gonna take a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps back. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to have a hat, something that you can ring it with. Now we'll use hula hoops at school, so you have some kind of thing that you can ring it. Are you serious? I made it the first time. The goal is to see if you can make it. If you do make it, you don't have to do the exercises. But if you miss it, ready for this? You have to do push-ups. Oh my gosh. So you're gonna have a total of 60 seconds. If you make it, no push-ups, If you miss it, you have to do 1 push-up. Ready, set, go. All right, for the next activity, you're gonna put your object in the center. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take those 10 steps, like I did earlier, and you're gonna run around that object. Every time you get to the starting point where you were before, you have to drop and do a squat. Then you're gonna go around again. The squat, now you're doing the squat, you're kicking out. And you're going around. Squat, kick out, up. So it starts with a squat, first loop. Second one is the squat, thrust out. And the third will be the complete burpee. Ready? You have 1 minute, go. The next activity, you have your object. What you're going to do is you're going to be doing jumping or hurdles over them. Now, you have the object in the center. Be careful whatever you use not to land on it. That'll make a mess. So let's say you use like a shampoo thing and you land on it and it squirt everywhere. Don't make a mess. So if you use something, try to get something that was empty. So you're going to jump over, jump over. Now, they're pretty high. If you want to do a larger object, you can. This one's probably, what, 1.5 feet high? So it's pretty high for coach. So you're going to do this for a total of, whoop, I knocked it over. 1 minute, starting right now. Now the next activity is going to involve you kind of doing a plank push-up, sort of. You have your object, and you can see I'm actually in the center of the basketball hoop, so there's actually a circle. You are going to be in a push-up position, And when we get the timer, you have 1 minute to move around your object. Keep going until the timer is up. But you have to stay on your palms and your toes. 1 minute, let's go. Okay, now it's time for the teacher challenge. Now the teacher challenge, it is a 10-level circle system. Now that you're like, I don't understand what that means. All right, so again, I have a circle. In your room or wherever you're at, you're also gonna have imaginary circle and your object. Now, you have a total of 10 levels. This is level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5's halfway, level 6, level 7, level 8, level 9, and level 10. Now what does that mean? Now your object's in the center. You have your object, which I'm using my hat. At school we use hula hoops, or if you have something you can ring it. So you make it, which I didn't. You have to continue this level until you make level 1, then to move to level 2. Now again, if I had a hula hoop, it'd be easier. Level. Ugh, I can't even get level 1. I'm gonna try one more time. It's because it's a hat. If it was something else, it'd be easier. And it's naturally windy, look. So, what you're gonna try to do is you're gonna have 10 levels. You're gonna have to make level 1, then go right around. You have a total of 1 minute. See if you can do it. See if you can do, okay?
Game begins in 3, 2, 1.
S'il vous plaît.
It's Sophie and her new toy.
What can you make your family for dinner that's healthy and tastes good? You can follow the plate method. This healthy eating plan works for everybody, including people with diabetes. Indeed, making nutritious, healthy meals will be a snap. What's a healthy plate? It's a way to control your serving sizes where you don't have to count. Simply use a 7-inch plate for children and a 9-inch plate for adults. First, divide the plate in half and fill one of them with vegetables. There are 2 types of vegetables: starchy, like potatoes, corn, peas, or plantains, and non-starchy, like zucchini, jicama, cucumbers, carrots, or salad. If you have diabetes, fill half your plate with non-starchy vegetables. Then fill 1/4 with whole grains or starches, like brown rice, corn, beans, or whole wheat pasta. In the other quarter, add some lean protein like tofu, grilled fish, or chicken. What about adding a side of tortilla or bread? It's hard to resist, I know! The trick is serve yourself a smaller portion of the other starches on your plate instead. To complete your meal, add a drink like unsweetened coffee, tea, or a glass of milk. But remember that drinking 8 ounces of milk affects your blood sugar just as it would if you ate another tortilla or a slice of bread. Or you can also choose water with a squeeze of lemon or lime. How you create your plate is up to you. You have many options, as long as you remember to follow these healthy guidelines. And ta-da! You're all set! You might be thinking, how can you use the plate method to make vegetable beef soup or other meals? Simply follow the same idea. Fill your pot with low-sodium broth and lots of healthy vegetables like corn, cabbage, zucchini, carrots, and onions. And some lean beef, but not too much. Just like you'd put on 1/4 of your plate for each person you're serving. If you want, add your favorite type of bread on the side. And you've got the right amount for a healthy meal. Enjoy!
Good hygiene to keep living. Lather up for 20 whole seconds, then you kill it. Gotta make time so the germs don't keep winning. We need good hygiene. Hygiene. Mama said to me every day, wash your hands and don't touch your face. Hand sanitizer, soap and hot water after everything. When you do anything, so you're a tough guy, like to touch the mug guy, like to keep your palms dry, cough into your hands guy. I'm the clean type, like to see it clean type, trust the CDC type, scrub the surface sheen type. I'm the bath guy. Duh. Now watch it drip, kill it. Now you wait. Now watch it drip, drip. Now you wait. Okay. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. Don't do it. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your face. Now watch it drip. Now you wait. Now watch it drip, drip. Now you wait. Watch me do. Catch that sneeze, bro. Shouldn't use your hands, better in that sleeve though. If you got a cough, catch it in your elbow. No shaking hands, we can wait for hello. Don't go out, bro. We don't wanna spread any more disease, so we should follow everything the CDC knows. You'll be feeling better in a couple weeks, though. I mean, I hope so. I have a hands, I have a soap. Soapy hands. You just got home late and got cooking on your brain. You can save the day, if you wash the germs away. Cause the water's gonna spray for 20 seconds while you wait. Baby, then you're gonna shake. Shake it off. Germs like you don't belong on guys like me. I'm gonna wash my hands, I'm gonna keep them clean. Yeah. Germs like you don't belong on guys like me. I'm gonna stop the spread of COVID-19. Yeah. This soap just get you hallelujah. Cause unclean funk gon' give it to you. Cause unclean funk gon' give it to you. Cause unclean funk gon' give it to you. Bad bugs we bout to squash. Don't believe it, just watch.
And working nothing bad, but I'm feeling like a snack. Time to wash up, gonna make myself some mash. Now you know I'm sinking pound, 20-second count. That's round. Hot water, soap, rinse, lather, and repeat. Now can no
So here we go. Now let's see if she uses the ladder. No. She's a little lazy bones.
My name is Yubi. Nice to meet you. I'm a professional swimmer. Alright, here, dive into the water now. Bye-bye.
Okay, time for our cool down. We are going to start with breathing. Breathe in and out. One more time, in your nose, out your mouth. Ready? In and out. Good. Next, we're going to do the lunge. Hold. Go into the lunge position and hold it. We are going to count to 20. Count to yourselves. Ready, go. 1. And switch. Go to the other leg and count to 20. Ready, go. Now we're going to do the arm stretch, the front of the arm. Stretch one arm to 20. Ready, go. 1. Okay, switch. The other arm. Ready, go. To 20. Stretch. Do you guys remember this one? Get down on the floor, sit on your feet, push your hands straight out, and hold it. We're going to hold this to 20. Ready, go. All right, and stand back up. And the last one is going to be the arm stretch, to stretch your whole side of the body in your arm. Hold it to 20, ready, go. And switch to the other arm. Count to 20, go. Good.